I am at Vintage Arcade Superstore in Glendale, California. So the significance about this place is it's owned by Gene. And I was just talking to Morris, by the way. Morris, thank you so much for everything you did for me already. You're an awesome dude. Gene used to own Pinball Plus. There were two of them in Burbank. One was on Magnolia, one was on Glen Oaks. I used to go to the one on Glen Oaks because my girlfriend at that time, Yvette, she used to work there and I used to hang out there all day. Also, the one on Glen Oaks had the ice cream and the food, and you'd smell fresh waffle cones all day in there. And me and my friends would be in there all day. And they had a thing where you couldn't really ditch school and go over there, but I'd be in there anyway because my girlfriend would open the door and then lock it. So I'll just show a little bit of the showroom right here. I've never even seen this. It's a Star Wars pinball game. There's a Black Knight, that's a popular one, a Jurassic Park one. This is all pinballs on this side. My favorite pinball of all time is Williams High Speed.
Dispatch, this is 504. Suspect in the red line, over.
Roger, 504. Apprehended.
Dispatch, this is 504. We're in pursuit, over.
I spent a fortune on that at Pinball Plus on Glen Oaks. Still my favorite one of all time, although this one right here, this Twilight Zone, that's usually rated the #1 of all time every year. There's like a thing you can look up online. They survey every year, they change that list. So some of these I'm not familiar with. I wasn't really big into pinball. I mean, I grew up with pinball and I've played quite a bit. There's a Space Shuttle one, I'm not familiar with that. It's a somewhat popular one though for me. There's some old ones. You go over here, there's a Time Crisis over there. That's pretty awesome. And then down in this little row, I saw something down here. Look at that, a Ms. Pac-Man. And a Donkey Kong Jr. A Rampage. Now Rampage, Pinball Plus had a Rampage in the front. And I'm going to tell a story right now. They probably have one in here, but just in case they don't, I'm going to tell the story anyway. Rampage was, so Pinball Plus had like an upper and a bottom level. This was on the bottom level. To the right of it, at one point in time, all of a sudden there showed up a Dragon's Lair. It was brand new at that time. Only time I've ever seen that. It was a hot ticket. Shortly after that, right next to Dragon's Lair, right next to Rampage at Pinball Plus on Glen Oaks, they got a Space Ace. Oh, far out.
Whoa! Dexter! Get me out of here!
Danny, I wasn't good at those games. Danny used to play Space Ace all the time. He was good at it. I mean, he'd get to the end. There's a Donkey Kong Jr. over here. That's awesome. Sorry, the camera's not going to pick up the screens very good because they're CRTs. But Danny used to play Space Ace all the time. Danny, if you watch this, dude, you were the ace at Space Ace. There's a House of the Dead. I'm trying to think of the other one I used to play. There used to be a big thing like that at some of the oh, Burger Time. So you can buy all these. They also service them, but they sell them, they ship them to you. These guys are really awesome. These are the guys you want to work on your stuff. These are the guys you want to support. These are the guys you want to buy from, I'm telling you. There is a Pinbot. That's a very popular machine. Never heard of that, Dr. Dude. There's an Evel Knievel. Wow. Very cool, very cool. There's a Jungle Lord. Some type of driving game over there. Pinball pool. It's over there. There's a Simpsons in the corner. I'm also wearing cargo pants. I'm getting stuck on everything. This is awesome. So if you're ever in this area, you can come here and you can play all these things. You can, the ones that are on anyway, like that Donkey Kong Jr. is on. I don't want to touch anything. These people are too cool. There's a Punch Out over there in the corner. I'm standing here with Gene. He's the owner
Yes.
of this place, and he used to own Pinball Plus. So I spent so much money there, he's just going to give me one of these pinball machines. But if you could, just tell me, how did you get this? What happened to Pinball Plus? We loved Pinball Plus, by the way. And what do you do now? And tell us about this place.
So I started Pinball Plus in 1980. I ran arcades until 1998. The arcade industry went through 2 crashes, one in 1983 and one in 1993. The one in 93, it never kind of recovered from that. So I got into selling games starting in 95.
Nice.
So I still had one arcade when I was selling games, and I started Vintage Arcade in like 95, like 27 years ago.
Wow.
So I have a lot of history with all these old games. I bought and operated and repaired them when they were brand new. Even stuff as old as black and white games.
Really? I didn't know that.
I started in 76.
Oh wow. I was telling some stories because I had a girlfriend that worked at the one in Glen Oaks for a while, telling people about the waffle cones and all that
what
stuff.
was her name?
Her name was Yvette at the time. She was a short little punker chick. She worked there. She couldn't have been there more than a year.
Okay.
And she's not around no more. Something happened to her. But I spent so much time in that one. And we'd go to the other one sometimes, but I was always in the one on Glen Oaks.
That was like my main arcade. That was like my home base. I had my office there. I had a workshop in the back.
Oh, nice. But I was just talking about, I used to play high-speed pinball there.
Okay.
It's one of the only places I've ever seen that. That's my favorite pinball of all time, by the way, the Williams High Speed. I remember when you first got the Dragon's Lair and the Space Ace in there.
Okay.
So I don't know what money makers you had in there, what was more popular, but those are my favorite ones.
So Dragon's Lair and Space Ace came out in '83 when the arcade industry was in a crash, I call it. That like brought it out of the crash for a couple months and then back down.
Wow.
But in '86, the arcades were doing good again, and that's when High Speed came out.
Oh, wow. That's my favorite pinball. It's awesome. That one's awesome. I really love that.
I
Plus
had
it's-
several arcades. I had 3 Pinball Pluses. I had
You
one
did?
2 in Burbank and 1 in La Crescenta.
I didn't know that. Wow.
So I bought several High Speeds.
You didn't own the place behind Taco Bell in San Fernando, did you?
No, that was Big Don's.
Okay.
I knew the guy.
Okay. Because I went there when I was a little kid. People had cigarettes on the pinball machines
Right.
and stuff. The place was bad.
It was interesting because I remember he'd opened that bigger. He had a small arcade in Burbank. Then he moved to the place behind Taco Bell, and it was a big place. And that was when I was first getting into the business. And I remember he was giving up on the business just right when Asteroids came out. He decided to close it just before the boom of '79. He even had Asteroids, but he still decided to close it. And so I remember thinking, I need to open another arcade on the other side of Burbank before someone else does.
Nice.
So I did.
They're smart. It was awesome. There is so much stuff in here, though. Like, I don't even know what half this stuff is. There's a cocktail Pac-Man. So, by the way, these people also, last time I was here, they make custom things like multicades, and these people can do anything you want. These people are awesome here. Oh, there's a nice slot machine over there. But yeah, come support these guys. Come here and check this place out. Come keep these dudes in business, okay? Because, not just because of my childhood, but because they're cool. My childhood was at Pinball Plus. I don't say my childhood, my teenage years. I mean, I spent a fortune over there. But I've always had so much fun. I'm gonna walk around in here. Morris will get mad at me. There is a pole position. Wow. See, here's a multicade right here. But see, they built, there's a Space Invaders down in there, and it's turned on. Like an actual Space Invader. There's a standard Asteroids and a Centipede. Another Burger Time. I used to own an Asteroids Deluxe. It was in my bedroom. There's a Robotron. You want to get pissed off, play that. There's some more Ms. Pac-Mans down there. Oh, there's a Tempest. My wife's favorite game. If I ever have money, I really want to buy her one. It's not something I can throw money at, you know. That one right there says Return of the Jedi Star Wars. That's not... I used to play one. I think it was just called Star Wars, but I played that at the liquor store. I did not play that at Pinball Plus. I don't even know if they had one at that time. That was like later in my life when we lived on 1052. There's a Rally X down there. Another Time Crisis. A Monaco GP way over there. Air hockey table. This place is cool. Look at a Donkey Kong built into a barrel. How cool is that? Come on, man. Come on, man. This is cool. I'm gonna go find Morris again. I forgot what he told me to tell him. But anyway, a couple of my other favorite pinballs, I can't remember if it's called Comet or there's another one where they say ride the Comet. It's like a carnival type of thing.
Hurry, hurry, step right up. You, sir, and you, ma'am, step right up. Hurry, hurry. Hey, you, at the back. Ride the cyclone.
Morris, you're a cool dude. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. You probably ain't got no haters. But hey, thanks everybody for doing this, man. Let me in here. I really appreciate it. See, I couldn't get in there. There's the actual Star Wars. Oh, you can't see it from the glare. There's a Star Wars right there. I want to hear something dumb and stupid. See if I can see another one. These plates on the ground. I'll show you these plates on the ground real quick. I'm guessing this company's still around. See the little stamp? It says Armor Cast. Oh, sweet Mustang. I used to do Armor Cast's printing for all their business cards, letterheads, all that stuff. That's when I worked at Owens Printing over in Chatsworth. That was in the early 90s. Early to mid 90s? Yeah, somewhere around there. 93 to 96-ish. I worked over there. That was the first print shop I ever worked at, and I've been in printing my whole life after that. Thanks guys for hiring me. But yeah, I used to do Armor Cast's thing, just a little tidbit of information that's kind of dumb. Want to thank Gene. I want to thank Morris, the guys in the back that were working. Thanks for letting me come over there and have some fun and to talk about your place. I tell everybody about your place to go over there. It's not something I can afford. I'm not that type of person. I'm just a regular standard old blue collar worker. But I tell everybody to go support you guys all the time online. You know, if people ask about servicing, I always send them to you. I know you're all the way out here. I live across the country now, but yeah. Last time I saw Gene, he gave me tokens, which was awesome. I'll show a picture of those. I don't even know where I put them. But I just want to say again, thanks. You people don't understand, like, not you guys that I'm talking about, but just people in general. I don't know if you guys understand how much certain things mean to certain people. Like that right there, that meant a lot to me. That really did, you know. Walking around Lamer Street and talking to people, and it really means a lot to somebody like me. I really want to thank everybody that's taking their time to talk to me and let me see things, and really, I appreciate it so much. It's I can't explain it. Like, I can't explain what it, like how much things like that mean to me. But I'll stop rambling now. On to the next place. Bye. So I'm at the corner of San Jose and Glen Oaks. And on that corner over there, in one of those places right over there, Danny's dad used to live over there, which was really cool because we were always over here. Why? because this was Pinball Plus on Glen Oaks. This is the place that used to have the waffle cones, and they had all kinds of stuff. This is the place that Gene used to own, which was great. I mean, I don't know if he paid rent or whatever, but he owned Pinball Plus, and it was right here, and it was like the hot spot. There was a bike rack out front, and they had a sign you weren't allowed to be in here before a certain time because you're supposed to be in school, but I'm sure it's different because it's a pharmacy and it's like really small in there. But there used to be 2 levels, like right here. There used to be an upper level up here where there was games up, and then there was a lower level down here, and then over here is where the counter was, where they had the waffle cones, and they had like, I think they had nachos and cheese, and they had ice cream and stuff like that, which was awesome. It was real. This place was so awesome. So anyway, this is Carrie's Pharmacy now. I hope you appreciate your spot because they used to be Pinball Plus. Really iconic. Lady just did a U-turn right here. Just thought I'd show that since I talked to Gene the other day. It was really nice. He was a really cool guy. We spent tons of money in there. That's the place I used to play high speed at. I've never really seen it anywhere else. I spent a fortune on that. That was my favorite pinball machine. It still is, of all time. That's where I first saw Space Ace. That's where I first saw Dragon's Lair. That's where they had Rampage. I'm not really a Rampage fan, but it was next to Space Ace. And it was really, that was like the happening spot for us.